Ag PhD full episodes and more are now available on Acres TV, the newest ag platform connecting you to fields of information. Look for us on watchacrestv.com.
Each week during our Farm Basics time, we take something that we talk about or do on the farm, and we try to explain that. So let's say you're a non-farmer, you can kind of understand a little bit more what we're dealing with here on the farm. Well, this week we wanted to talk about variable rate fertilizer, and basically what that means is we change the amount of fertilizer in different areas on different fields. So we do this, as we say, on the go. So as we are spreading, then our machines can raise the rate or lower the rate depending on what we call prescriptions that we have put in.
I look at it just like that family meal where you've got grandpa and grandma there that eat small portions. You've got little babies or young kids that are eating very small portions. And then you have the teenager that's heaping up the plate because they're growing like crazy. It's the same with your crop. If you've got an area of a cornfield that's going to yield 300 bushels, it's going to take lots of fertility to raise that. But then if you've got other areas that the soil is poor for whatever reason, and it's just never going to be more than 150 bushels, you don't need near as much food over there.
So when you stop and think about it, farmers using variable rate technology are doing a great job with putting fertilizer where it needs to go. That's one of the things I occasionally will hear in the media is, oh, farmers are just over applying all this fertilizer. I'm going, what are you talking about? I've never met a farmer in my life that wants to waste a single dollar. So every farmer out there is trying to dial in his expenses to the lowest possible level. And because of this variable rate technology, it's awesome. So now we're able to cut our fertilizer costs and cut our fertilizer rates in those areas that don't yield a lot. Man, that's a big deal.
And you're probably wondering, well, how does a farmer do that? Does he turn up the dial and turn down the dial as he goes through the field? No, you can set it up automatically with the control systems now in tractors.
Yep, and that's that prescription thing that I was talking about earlier. So we can look at old yield maps. We can look at soil tests. We can look at soil types. There are a lot of different ways to set this up. But all I know is this. When we're using variable rate technology on the farm, it's a way that we can use fertilizer about as efficiently as possible. We only spend our dollars where we need to spend them. And then everybody also wants to talk about the environment. Well, you stop and think about this. We're now as environmentally friendly as you can possibly get.
Farmers are always looking for ways to be more efficient on the farm and to get a good return on each investment dollar. Fertilizer is expensive. Farmers want to raise the best crops they can with the least amount of fertility. So putting the fertility where the crop needs it and not putting it out where it doesn't is called variable rate fertility. And that's something farmers are doing on the farm today. Well, one other thing that farmers are doing each day is trying to stop our weed of the week. We'll show you how to control this weed later in the show.